So today we're playing one of my all-time favorite multiplayer games, Red Dead Redemption 1, which is obviously more known for its single-player campaign, which is still incredible, but multiplayer was an underrated gem that still actually has a lot of players in 2025. Not a whole lot, but enough we were able to actually play and have a good time, which is impressive for a 15-year-old game at this point. Mostly free roam is what you're going to get, so you're not going to get a lot of team deathmatch and a lot of the many other game modes that this multiplayer had. I put a Red Dead Redemption Zombies gameplay multiplayer for 2025 this year, but that was because I got someone from my YouTube fans, from my subscribers, to actually join the game. It's not like you actually have people playing. But free roam sometimes you'll get a full lobby going, and there's a lot to do in the actual free roam itself. There's land grab, which is pretty much hold the objective and stop the other players from capturing it from you. You have a lot of co-op missions in the free roam, like a lot of them. But of course, the most fun comes from griefing other players and just making their life a living hell, hunting them down across the map, blowing them up. There are hackers, that they do still exist, so that's something to be mindful of. Not enough where, like, they completely ruined and destroyed the game, like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, for example, where that game is completely unplayable now because of the rampant cheating problem. My last encounter with a hacker was actually a pleasant one, because he came in and gave everyone max rank, level 50, so I finally got to unlock the bowl, which I never got to in this game before, because it's a huge grind. The multiplayer, the leveling up is, it's a lot. So I was actually grateful that someone actually took me to max level. But there are also not so good hackers. You have people who have the invincibility glitch where you shoot them and nothing happens. You can't kill them no matter what you do. So that's horrible. And whenever that happens, I just back out and try to join a different lobby. And usually there's at least like 2 or 3 lobbies going on at the same time. At least on the Xbox version. On PlayStation 3, there aren't as many players online. You'll find people, but Xbox definitely has more players, because when they did the remaster of Red Dead Redemption 1, when they released it on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and eventually PC, also Nintendo Switch, there was not an Xbox version, because you already had the backwards compatible version, which allowed you to play the 360 version on Xbox One, Series S, and Series X, so you didn't need them to re-release it again, because the re-release of Red Dead Redemption 1 is pretty much the same game, except multiplayer is completely removed. Such a huge part of this game was just taken away. So, yeah, that's why the definitive version of Red Dead Redemption 1 will always be the 360 version. If you buy the re-release, you cannot play online multiplayer, so keep that in mind. If you're on PlayStation 4, PS5, PC, or Switch, no multiplayer for you. Now, realistically, the PC version will be worth it more if you only care about the single player and nothing else, because it runs at 60 frames per second, which is a complete game changer. Like, it makes the game so much better, because it was locked at 30 FPS back in the day, and it also comes with Undead Nightmare campaign. So if you only care about campaign, like let's say you played Red Dead Redemption 2's campaign, and you want to play Red Dead Redemption 1, then fine, go ahead and play that. I'm not going to say that you shouldn't or that you can't, because realistically, even as much as I love the multiplayer, this game online, it got me through a really rough time. I would go as far as to say that saved my life, because I was at a very low point back in the day in 2010, where I just wanted to die, but this game kept me going, as sad as that sounds. And I still come back to it from time to time, just because of how unique and amazing this multiplayer was. It was like nothing I ever played before and nothing I ever played since. Back in the good old days where you didn't have microtransactions shoved up the ass, I talked about that in my Red Dead Online video. It's just that the entire mode was made to be a cash grab, not to actually make the multiplayer experience good and improve upon the original, but just to make as much money off of you as possible with the gold bars and all the microtransactions that game has. It is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Yeah, this is way better than Red Dead Redemption 2's multiplayer. It's not even close. So if you have the means, I would definitely recommend that you check this out, because it really is, like I said, if I had to pick like my top 5 online multiplayer games, this might actually be number 2 or number 1. I'm not even joking. Like, if you've never experienced this, but you missed out on a lot of greatness. And I will always come back to this game no matter what, because it's that special to me. Let me know in the comment section down below, did you play Red Dead Redemption 1 multiplayer back in the day? And how do you feel about this game? What are some of your favorite memories with Red Dead Redemption 1 multiplayer, and how do you think it compares to Red Dead Online in Red Dead Redemption 2?